everyone was thinking of, oh, your heart's going to stop, your brain's going to explode, your lungs give out. There were all these misconceptions that really weren't backed and came from anywhere. They just, the game of telephone, people just talked to talk. It got out that there were these things that happened if you ran under 4 minutes, so you can't do it. Everyone was thinking of, oh, your heart's going to stop, your brain's going to explode, your lungs give out. There were all these misconceptions that really weren't backed and came from anywhere. They just, the game of telephone, people just talked to talk. It got out that there were these things that happened if you ran under 4 minutes, so you can't do it. Roger Bannister did it. He beat it. I don't know what he beat it to. He did like 350 something. And within days or even weeks after he did it, there were dozens of people who did it. So simply just acknowledging that it is possible got people to get to that point. And so I could easily see how, in Latin America or in somewhere in Spain or anywhere, it could be somewhere in China, Russia, wherever, that isn't encouraged or filtered through by seeing other people do it themselves. They have no idea if it's possible because it's like the 4 minute, they've never seen someone run a 4 minute mile. So how would they even know if someone's day trading full time if they haven't seen somebody? So I can totally understand that. And from someone who does, it absolutely is possible. Trading is right now pretty much my only, I have small sources of income elsewhere, but in terms of being able to pay the bills, trading is it. Like trading is the overwhelming majority that if I didn't have trading income, I would have to sell some shit because I don't have, it's how I survive essentially. So yeah.
Plus, you got yourself a lot of tools right now that allows transparency for traders like Kimfo. I just share your equity curve is like heaven. It's like perfect. And those drawdowns, I love it because otherwise, if you don't get those drawdowns, it's going to be so difficult for you to get that experience, If you don't get that pain, if you don't get that, turn back of your strategy, the mistakes that you make wouldn't be possible to see them. So I love your equity curve. It's amazing. And all you guys, if you haven't seen Kyle Callis' top 3, I think, of Kimfo, and he's amazing. He verifies all his trades, transparency all over. And that's something that can show a Roger Bannister in this trading, industry. And I love it. I love that, bro. Really. Yeah. Tell me something. How much weight do you put in psychology for this success? Like, is it important for you? Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, psychology's big. A little dark and early time. Psychology is super big. I would argue it's more of the equation than not. I don't know an exact percentage. Like, is it 90%? Is it 80%? I definitely think it's over 50, because I think anyone can learn the patterns. Anyone can learn how to click a buy button, how to click the sell button, what it means to enter here versus here, or what a breakout looks like, or what a breakdown looks like. But then putting real money on the line and being able to like psychologically accept a loss, or psychologically being able to let you see real world money in front of you and not take it, right? Because you're not trading your P&L, you're trading a stock, being able to separate yourself from that, being able to separate yourself from revenge trading, from fear, from too much greed. As humans, you're always going to experience those things. Like even me, constantly. It's just whether you can handle it and manage it in real time. So it's massive. It's big.
But have you experienced, because we all talk, like I talk about this all the time, and I told them it seems easy to tell them what to do, but have you experienced it's like telling a friend, I don't know what this sound is. It's like telling a friend, hey, don't date that girl because she's so toxic, and you're dating a toxic girl,
Yeah.
It's like that. It's so easy to give like advices, but once you experience it, has been like difficult for you to follow that path?
Of course. And yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's so easy to say cut your losses, but I promise everyone and anyone has been in a situation where it's like, am I cutting my losses here? No, I'm not. I'm breaking my own rules. And yeah, exactly. And so it's such a difficult like give and take. And 99.9% of the time, like, you have to follow your rules. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, and you should want to do that as best you possibly can, because we're human, and not simply. Perfect example. My monthly recap, I posted a video, and in the comment section, one guy asked me, he said, I noticed a bunch of, quote unquote veteran or big or pro traders don't follow their stops, right? Like, all of my ILAG didn't follow their stops, and they got way bigger losses. And he's like, I think I should stop not following my stops, because that's what big traders do. And I just, it like hit me, and I pretty much kind of tried to give him a very straightforward but not too in-depth answer of like, yeah, we do that. And then this kind of goes in the concept of the gift and the curse of a big account. Because if I had traded how I did with ILAG, growing my account, I would not be here. Like, period, right? Small account, and this is why it's such a gift and a curse, because when you have a lot of bankroll, there are times where you can get away with breaking the rules. It's just it's not healthy. It's not a good thing. It's not a great indicator or a good practice long-term for long-term trading. But there is, the bigger your account is, the more leeway you tend to get. And so there's hence making a bigger responsibility of having a large account. So I pretty much said to him, I was like, I couldn't afford, if I didn't respect my stops and just let something go against me like ILAG did when I had an account, a 10K account, a 20K account, even a sub 100K account, I wouldn't be trading right now. I would not be here. I would not be a millionaire.